'Twas the night before Christmas on the slopes so grand. Not a skier was stirring in this winter wonderland. The skis were all lined, waxed with the utmost care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The goggles were placed by the fireside with gleams. Visions of powder danced in their dreams. Skiers in their onesies, I in my cap, had just settled down for the pre-riding nap. When out on the slopes, there arose such a cheer. I sprang from my bunk to see what was near. Away to the window I flew like a flash, moving so quickly I almost fell on my ass. The moon on the snow with a glittery glow gave the luster of midday to the ground below. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a red-suited snowboarder and 8 skiing reindeer? With the little old snowboarder so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles down the slopes they came. He whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Dahmer and Blitzen, from the top of the mountain to the peak of the wall. Now ski away, ski away, ski away, all.
Like dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, the team came down fast in the blink of an eye. So down through the powder the coursers they flew, with a bag full of toys and St. Nicholas too. To the front yard they flew with speed so rare. Santa and the reindeer, what a festive air. The reindeer all stood with their skis silently waiting. St. Nick unbuckled his boots.
I'll be right back,
he was stating. Then what happened next, something I'd never heard of before. He marched up the walk and kicked open the door. In the doorway he stood, red suit and all, the round belly like jelly and not very tall. I asked Santa, why not the chimney over here? Isn't that your shtick this time of the year? He grinned at me, kinda chuckled, and put his bag on the floor. Then he said,
this time it was just easier to come through the door.
St. Nick then moved towards the tree, still lit for the night. He opened his bag to go to work, and man, what a sight! He pulled out some skis, some snowboards and boots. One could open up their own shop with so much snow loot. He pulled out some vests, some jackets and gloves, and placed them under and around the tree with love. He then pulled out waxes of every different kind. Lord knows that no one in this group would mind. Then came new goggles, which he hung from the mantle, and ski poles with several different colored handles. There were so many gifts, some larger, some small. I thought we must have been wicked good to get this kind of haul. The last gift to come out was for the car, a new ski and board rack. With that under the tree, Santa closed up the sack. He looked at the room, admiring a job well done. He turned to me and said, well, that's it. I must be going, son. He then reached out his hand to give mine a shake. Then part of me wondered, why is no one else awake? I let go of that thought, but not Santa's grasp. Before I let go, there was one more question to ask. I said, these gifts are fantastic and we'll enjoy them for sure, but is there any way you can make it snow even more? He let go of my hand, zipped his coat and smiled. He then said, dude, that question's kind of wild. Don't be so greedy and enjoy what you have, whether it's packed or it's fluff. I'm sure you'll all get your shares of the white stuff. Don't get me wrong, Santa said. A white Christmas is nice and I'll love that forever, but think of places like Australia where it's beaches and warm weather. I thought about that, smiled and nodded and bid him goodbye. He smiled in return with a wink of his eye. To the front door I walked to watch him make his way, surprised to see the reindeer were now reined to a sleigh. Santa climbed into his sleigh, made sure things were all right. Then he cracked his reins and the reindeer took flight. They soared through the night. What a magical sight. And Santa exclaimed, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.